Some of you already look disappointed. I haven't.
It's Action Bronson.
Some of you look at me like, what's this guy doing here? I already know Microsoft Excel. A little bit about me. When I was 12 years old, my mother caught me smoking a cigarette. And to punish me, she made me smoke an entire pack right in front of her. It was awful. I spent like the rest of my childhood just terrified she would catch me masturbating. What would she make me smoke then?
Just say Action Bronson.
I just try to be a nice guy, like a good person, right? I was at this industry event, okay? Everyone had a name tag on. I went up to this woman. I was just being polite. I said, hi, I'm Adam. It's nice to meet you, Lana. She goes, it's not Lana. It's Lana. She got all offended. I was like, okay, Lana. But like, either way, it's anal backwards. When I was in 5th grade, I got hit in the face by a baseball bat. And the most traumatic part of that is that I swung the bat. I swung a baseball bat at a basketball and the bat bounced back. Yeah. Everybody saw it happen. Everyone in my 5th grade class saw me take myself out like I owed myself money. I heard one kid go, wow, he's really sending himself a message. Went to the hospital, they just sent me home. 4 days later, they called my parents and they said, we looked at the x-ray, it was broken, but it's been 4 days, so it started to heal. So it needs to be re-broken so it can be set properly. My mother told me that. I was just like, okay, I guess I'll get the bat. My dad is a doctor, my brother is also a doctor, and my mother is a nurse. And I thought about going into medicine too, but my handwriting's too good. Right, doctors have terrible handwriting. My brother once sent me a handwritten birthday card. I just took it to the pharmacy and got Xanax. I have a master's degree from MIT. I worked on Wall Street for 10 years and now I do this, so when someone asks me, how's it going? I say, according to plan. Right? Like wanting to do stand-up comedy and going to MIT would be like wanting to do porn and going to MIT. Yeah, good plan. Yeah, my friends from MIT, they think it's cool I'm doing comedy, but they're always too busy to come to a show, you know? They're so busy, like analyzing data from the Mars rover, protecting us from Russian hackers, or being Russian hackers. You ever had your bank account hacked and 2 hours later the money comes back in? You get a text message from a burner phone that says, sorry man, didn't know that was you. See you at the reunion. Oh, Igor, you're such a... What a funny guy. I live in New York City. I'm not from New York, I'm an immigrant. But I'm from Canada, so no one cares. No one should care, by the way, right? Like, there are immigrants that risk their lives coming to America. I did not. I didn't have to come here on a raft. I didn't even climb a fence. I took JetBlue. But look, like a lot of immigrants, I came here with nothing. Everything was shit. And, I grew up in Western Canada and Alberta, and if you don't know Alberta, it's the Texas of Canada. Right? It's got cowboys and oil and a 1,000-kilometer unsecure border with Montana. Right? Montana, or as my dad says, Canada's Mexico. Or as the Mexicans say, we tunneled too far. That joke requires an understanding of geography and tunneling. I was on a date in New York. I told her I grew up in Canada. She was just like, wow, you're from Canada? My last boyfriend was from South Africa. Okay. And then she said, before that I dated an Australian guy and my college boyfriend was from New Zealand. I was like, well, I wasn't looking for someone with a Commonwealth fetish. That joke required an understanding of British colonialism. And tunneling. Biggest adjustment moving from Canada to the US is getting off the metric system. I weigh over twice as much here. On the other hand, a lot of women used to be intimidated by 22 centimeters. Someone's gonna do that conversion. Put your phone away, man. I'll save you the time. 22 centimeters, right? It's 0.000167 miles.
No, we're gonna wait.
He's hung. Here you go. I'm not old, but I'm getting older. I don't know. I don't like it. A few weeks ago, I threw my back out having sex, which is ridiculous, because I'm not that old, and I was only watching. Last year I had a laser procedure, and I'm still wearing glasses. But no more pubes. I think it worked. I look way younger. But my biggest fear as I get older is I never want anyone to think of me as like a creepy old man, right? That's why I always moisturize before I look through someone's window. We were locked down for a while in New York, couldn't leave the apartment. I thought I'd be way more productive. I got nothing done. And I think it's because I have too many streaming services, right? Because I got my Netflix, I've got my Hulu, I've got my sister's webcam. Not my actual sister, just the name of the site. You know it's I have a friend, she was telling me she was super productive. I'm like, what did you do? She goes, I spent the quarantine getting in touch with my inner goddess. I think that's actually pretty cool, right? I mean, she's empowered, she's doing yoga, she knows when Mercury's in retrograde. But it doesn't work that way for guys. Ladies, if a guy ever tells you he's in touch with his inner god, run. That's not a thing. Right? Because a woman in touch with her inner goddess has crystals. A guy in touch with his inner god smokes crystal. It's very different. I get asked a lot if I have kids. I must look tired. I don't have any kids, but I know they grow up fast because I have a nephew. He's turning 9 years old next week. So I should probably meet him. I know that sounds mean, but no one ever asked me if I wanted to be an uncle. Right? Being an uncle is kind of like being gay. It's not a choice. Your brother does it to you. She had enough. She's like, I gotta go talk to my brother. I started comedy later in life than a lot of comedians, and starting stand-up comedy at 40 is like starting to eat kale during the heart attack. I started doing comedy because a life coach told me to. That's nice, yeah. I told that to a friend of mine. She was like, wow, I didn't know you'd hit rock bottom. I was like, rock bottom? I'm not the life coach. It's been nice catching up with people that I haven't seen in a long time. Went out for drinks recently with a good friend of mine, hadn't seen him in 2 years. He's an emergency room doctor. We went out, we're like 3 whiskeys in, and his pager goes off, and he looks at it, he goes, "Hey, sorry Adam, gotta go to the hospital, I'm on call." I was like, "But we've been drinking." I was like, "Don't worry about it, I can walk to the hospital from here." I recently read about a 76-year-old guy. He was working through his bucket list, and then he tragically died in a skydiving accident. Now, I read that, and my first thought was just, I hope that was the last thing on the list. Right? Like, I hope the bucket list wasn't like, skydiving. Make things right with my son.